The 2019 to 2020 Australian bushfires, known as Black Summer, were among the most devastating in modern history. These fires burned approximately 18.6 million hectares, claiming 33 lives and displacing thousands. Fueled by Australia's hottest year on record, with temperatures 1.5 degrees Celsius above normal and prolonged drought, the fires created a tinderbox environment. The impact on biodiversity was catastrophic, with nearly 3 billion animals affected, including mammals, birds, and reptiles. Delicate ecosystems, like eucalyptus forests, were severely damaged, altering habitats and food sources. The fires released around 830 million tons of carbon dioxide, worsening climate change and affecting air quality across neighboring countries, impacting millions. The fires were so intense that they generated their own weather systems, including pyrocumulonimbus clouds. These towering clouds, formed by the intense heat of the fires, can reach altitudes of up to 15 kilometers. They are capable of producing their own lighting, which can ignite new fires, and can even create fire-induced tornadoes. The presence of pyrocumulonimbus clouds adds a layer of complexity to firefighting efforts, as they can rapidly change weather conditions, making the fires more unpredictable and dangerous. In response, Australia has strengthened early warning systems and improved fire management techniques. Controlled burns and vegetation thinning are now widely practiced to reduce fuel loads. Reforestation and wildfire protection programs aim to restore ecosystem resilience and support species recovery, ensuring nature can heal. The 2018 Camp Fire, igniting on November 8th, remains a haunting memory for the town of Paradise, California. As the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in the state's history, it devastated the community, leaving a profound impact on its residents. The fire was sparked by a faulty power line owned by Pacific Gas and Electric, amid severe drought conditions and high winds exceeding 50 miles per hour. These factors combined to create a perfect storm, allowing the fire to spread rapidly and engulf the town within hours. The destruction was staggering, with 85 lives lost and nearly 19,000 structures destroyed, including homes, schools, and businesses. The fire displaced approximately 50,000 residents, forcing them to flee and leaving the town in ruins. The environmental impact was equally severe, with large areas of forest decimated and air quality severely compromised, leading to widespread health issues. A particularly challenging aspect of the campfire was the occurrence of ember storms. These storms occur when wind-driven embers are carried far ahead of the main blaze, igniting new fires in unpredictable locations. Ember storms can leap over fire breaks and other barriers, complicating containment efforts and spreading the fire rapidly across large areas. In the aftermath, the campfire underscored the critical need for improved fire management and infrastructure resilience. Pacific Gas and Electric faced stricter regulations, prompting investments in underground power lines and insulated wires to prevent future disasters. Enhanced evacuation plans and emergency alert systems were also implemented to ensure timely responses. The 2017 Portugal Wildfire, particularly devastating in the region of Pedrógão Grande, stands as one of the deadliest in the country's history. This tragic event unfolded amidst severe drought and scorching temperatures, creating a tinderbox environment ripe for disaster. The fire was ignited by a dry thunderstorm, where lightning struck without accompanying rain. This rare phenomenon, combined with winds reaching 60 kilometers an hour and temperatures soaring above 40 degrees Celsius, fueled the blaze's rapid spread. The intense heat and dry conditions, exacerbated by climate change, turned the landscape into a fiery inferno. The human toll was heartbreaking, with 66 lives lost and hundreds more injured. Many victims were trapped on the N2361 road, overtaken by flames as they attempted to escape. The fire destroyed vast areas of eucalyptus and pine plantations, displacing wildlife and devastating local economies reliant on timber and agriculture. A unique aspect of this wildfire was the role of the fire breaks, which are gaps in vegetation that can slow or stop the progress of a fire. However, in this case, the fire's intensity overwhelmed these barriers, demonstrating the need for more robust fire management strategies. The overwhelming power of the fire highlighted the limitations of traditional fire breaks and the necessity for innovative approaches to wildfire management. In response, Portugal recognized the urgent need to improve its emergency response infrastructure. Investments were made in advanced fire detection systems using drones and sensors, and coordinated action plans were developed between government and emergency services. Evacuation routes were re-evaluated, and public awareness campaigns were launched to educate communities on fire safety. The 2016 Fort McMurray wildfire, ominously nicknamed The Beast, was one of the most devastating natural disasters in Canadian history. The massive fire ignited on May 1st near Fort McMurray, Alberta, and quickly spiraled out of control due to dry conditions and strong winds. The fire consumed over 589,000 hectares, destroying more than 2,400 buildings and forcing the largest evacuation in Alberta's history, displacing around 88,000 residents. The blaze was so intense that it created its own weather system, complicating firefighting efforts and making it difficult for residents to return home. The environmental impact was severe, with vast areas of forest destroyed and wildlife habitats disrupted. The fire released approximately 85 million tons of CO2 into the atmosphere, contributing to climate change and affecting air quality across the region. An unusual phenomenon observed during this fire was the formation of fire clouds, similar to those described in the Australian bushfires. These clouds added another layer of complexity to the firefighting efforts, showcasing the challenges of managing wildfires that can influence their own weather patterns. In the aftermath, the Fort McMurray wildfire highlighted the importance of community resilience and recovery. Advanced evacuation plans and community drills were implemented to minimize future loss of life. Investments were made in early warning systems, including satellite monitoring, to enhance preparedness. Programs providing counseling and emotional support were crucial in helping survivors rebuild their lives. The 2009 Black Saturday bushfires were a devastating chapter in Australia's history, striking the heart of Victoria on February 7th. These fires, fueled by record-breaking temperatures exceeding 46 degrees Celsius, dry lightning, and fierce winds over 100 kilometers an hour, created a perfect storm of destruction that left a lasting impact on the nation. The fire claims 173 lives, making it Australia's deadliest bushfire event. Thousands of homes were reduced to ashes, and entire communities were displaced, with many residents facing long-term health challenges due to smoke inhalation. The environmental toll was immense, with temperature forests, including iconic eucalyptus trees, destroyed, disrupting habitats and displacing over 1 million animals, including kangaroos and koalas. A notable aspect of these fires was the occurrence of firestorms, where intense heat and wind created tornado-like vortices of flame, further complicating firefighting efforts and highlighting the extreme conditions faced by responders. These firestorms demonstrated the ferocity of the fires and the immense challenges in containing such powerful natural phenomena. In response, the Black Saturday bushfires prompted significant changes in fire management practices. Real-time communication systems were improved, and centralized emergency management agencies were strengthened to ensure a coordinated response. Evacuation policies were revised, and public education on fire behavior and safety was increased, empowering communities to act swiftly in emergencies. Investments in firefighting resources, including aircraft for water bombing, were prioritized to enhance capabilities. Bushfire building standards were introduced, and high-risk communities were relocated to safer areas. These measures aim to improve resilience and reduce the impact of future fires, ensuring lessons from Black Saturday are not forgotten. The 1991 Oakland Hills firestorm, also known as the Tunnel Fire, remains one of the most destructive wildfires in California's history. The devastating blaze ignited on October 20th, fueled by dry conditions and powerful Diablo winds reaching up to 65 miles per hour. The firestorm rapidly spread through the densely populated Oakland Hills, consuming over 1,500 acres and destroying more than 3,000 homes and apartments. The intense heat and speed of the fire left little time for evacuation, resulting in 25 fatalities and injuring around 150 people. The total damage was estimated at $1.5 billion, leaving a lasting scar on the community. An intriguing fact about this firestorm was the role of ember attacks, where wind-driven embers ignited new fires far ahead of the main blaze, demonstrating the challenges of containing such a rapidly spreading fire. These ember attacks highlighted the unpredictable nature of wildfires and the need for comprehensive strategies to manage them effectively. In response, the Oakland Hills firestorm highlighted significant vulnerabilities in urban planning and emergency responses. Improvements were made to radio communication systems, ensuring better coordination among emergency services. Clearer evacuation routes and signage were established to facilitate faster and safer evacuations. Building codes were revised to include fire-resistant materials, such as roofs and siding, to reduce the risk of future fires. Public education campaigns were launched to raise awareness about fire safety and preparedness, empowering residents to take proactive measures. The 1987 Black Dragon Fire, also known as the Daxing-Angling Wildfire, was one of the largest and most destructive wildfires in modern history. This massive blaze ignited in May, fueled by human error and exacerbated by dry conditions and strong winds. The fire swept through the Daxing-Angling region in northeastern China and adjacent areas of the Soviet Union, consuming over 18 million acres of land. Boreal forests, crucial for carbon sequestration, were devastated, releasing massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and contributing to climate change. The human toll was significant, with over 200 lives lost and many more injured. Thousands of residents were displaced, losing their homes and livelihoods. The timber industry suffered greatly, as commercial forests were destroyed, impacting local economies. A fascinating outcome of this fire was the international cooperation it spurred between China and the Soviet Union, leading to joint efforts in fire management and prevention, setting a precedent for cross-border collaboration in disaster response. This cooperation highlighted the importance of working together to address environmental challenges that transcend national borders. In response, the Black Dragon Fire prompted both countries to overhaul forest fire prevention policies. Investments were made in firefighting infrastructure and training programs, and coordinated monitoring and information sharing mechanisms were established to tackle future fire risks. The 2003 Cedar Fire, igniting on October 25th, remains one of the most destructive wildfires in California's history. Sparked by a lost hunter signal flare, the fire rapidly spread through the dry conditions of San Diego County, fueled by strong Santa Ana winds. The blaze consumed over 273,000 acres, destroying more than 2,800 homes and causing 15 fatalities. The fire's intensity and speed overwhelmed firefighting efforts, displacing thousands of residents and leaving a lasting impact on the community. The environmental toll was severe, with chaparral, oak woodlands, and pine forests devastated, disrupting local ecosystems and wildfire habitats. Interestingly, the Cedar Fire's rapid spread was so intense that it created its own weather patterns, including fire whirls, tornadoes like vortices of flame. This phenomenon demonstrated the fire's sheer power and the challenges faced by firefighters in containing such a dynamic and unpredictable blaze. In response, the Cedar Fire highlighted the need for improved wildfire management and community preparedness. Investments were made in firefighting technology, including drones and enhanced aerial resources to improve response capabilities. California introduced fire hazard severity zone maps to guide land use planning and reduce future risks. Community wildfire protection plans were developed to engage local residents in proactive measures, such as creating defensible spaces around properties and improving evacuation routes. Public education campaigns emphasize the importance of preparedness and resilience in the face of increasing wildfire threats. Which wildfire story impacted you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know if you'd like to see a part 2 exploring more wildfire events. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the events that have shaped our world, because every wildfire has a story worth telling.